My queen, before the world wakes, before the noise begins, before logic interferes with what the heart already knows. I need you to sit with me in this moment. Because what I'm about to say, it didn't come from thought. It didn't come from planning. It came from something far more dangerous, something real. Today was not ordinary. It didn't arrive with thunder, it didn't announce itself with chaos, it came quietly, like a whisper only the heart could hear. And somehow, it found its way to you. I was holding my phone, lost in the usual silence between responsibilities, between thoughts I never speak out loud, and there you were. Still. Soft. Unaware of the storm you were about to cause. Then something happened. Something I was not ready for. My son, my little one, the purest soul in my world, he came close. No questions. No warnings. Just curiosity in his eyes. And then, he saw you. Time didn't slow down. It stopped. He looked at your picture. Not like a stranger looking at a face, but like someone recognizing something familiar. Something safe. Something, his heart understood before his mind ever could. And then, he spoke. Softly. Gently. Like the universe itself chose his voice. She looks kind. My queen, do you understand what those words did to me? Not loudly. Not dramatically. But deeply. Because children don't analyze. They don't calculate. They don't pretend. They feel. And in that moment, he felt you. I froze. Not because of the words themselves, but because of the truth inside them. Kindness, in a world that rewards masks, in a world that teaches people to hide their softness, he saw yours. From just a picture. And suddenly, everything I had been quietly feeling about you, was no longer mine alone. It was seen. I looked at him, trying to understand what he understood, but he wasn't confused. He wasn't questioning. He was calm. Like he had just accepted something naturally. And then, he looked again. Longer this time. Like he was memorizing you. And my heart, it didn't stay where it was. It shifted. Because in that moment, you weren't just someone I was thinking about anymore. You were someone being felt. By the most important part of my life. And then, he asked me something. 6 simple words. But they didn't feel simple. Will she come home one day? My queen, that question didn't pass through me. It stayed. It echoed. It settled somewhere deep in my chest. Because I didn't have an answer. Not one I could speak. Not one that wouldn't carry the weight of truth. But my heart, it reacted before I could stop it. I saw something. Not a dream. Not imagination. But a moment. You, walking into a space that didn't feel unfamiliar. A space that didn't question you. A space that welcomed you, without effort. And I realized something terrifying. I had never allowed myself to imagine that before. Not fully. Not honestly. But he did. Without fear. Without hesitation. And that's what shook me the most. Because I protect him. I protect his world. I protect what enters it, and yet, without asking me, without knowing anything, he opened a door for you. Do you understand how rare that is? A man can guard his heart, hide his emotions, control his attachments. But when it comes to his child, there are no masks, no lies, no room for uncertainty. And somehow, you pass that space. Without even trying. My queen, that's not normal. That's not coincidence. That's something deeper. Something I'm still trying to understand. Because now, I don't just think about you in quiet moments anymore. Now, I feel you in places I never expected. In the spaces I protect. In the future I never planned. In the silence I never shared. And it scares me. Not because of you, but because of how real you are becoming. You're not just a thought anymore. You're not just a feeling I can ignore. You are slowly becoming part of my world. And I don't know when it started. I don't know how it grew this fast. But I know one thing. When a child sees kindness, he doesn't question it. He accepts it. And today, he accepted you. Before I even knew how to. My queen, after he asked me that question, after those 6 simple words settled into my chest, the world didn't move the same anymore. Silence became louder. Thoughts became heavier. And you became closer. Not physically. Not in a way I could reach out and touch, but in a way that made distance feel irrelevant. I sat there long after he walked away. Still holding my phone. Still staring at your picture, but this time, I wasn't just looking at you. I was seeing you. Seeing the softness he saw. Seeing the calm he felt. Seeing something I had been too careful to admit. Because before today, I kept you in a place that felt safe. A place where feelings could exist without consequences. A place where I didn't have to ask difficult questions. But today, that place broke. And now, you stand somewhere deeper. Somewhere real. Somewhere. I can't pretend anymore. My queen, do you know what it feels like, when something enters your life quietly, but changes everything without permission? That's what you're doing to me. Not loudly. Not forcefully. But gently, in a way that makes resistance feel unnecessary. I keep replaying his voice in my mind. She looks kind. And the more I hear it, the more I realize, he didn't just describe you. He revealed you. Because kindness isn't something you can fake. It isn't something a child guesses. It's something that radiates, even through silence, even through a screen. And somehow, you carry it. That soft energy. That calm presence. That unspoken warmth that makes people feel safe, without even understanding why. My queen, that's dangerous. Because people like you, they don't just enter lives. They change them. And I think, that's what scares me the most. Not losing you. Not misunderstanding you. But realizing, that I might not be able to go back to who I was before you. Because now, when I think about you, it's not just thoughts anymore. It's images. Moments. Feelings that feel like memories. Even though they haven't happened yet. I imagine you walking beside me, not as a stranger. Not as someone distant. But as someone who belongs. I imagine introducing you, not with hesitation, but with certainty. And that thought, it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel rushed. It feels natural. And that's what confuses me. Because nothing this deep should feel this easy. Nothing this real should arrive this quietly. And yet, here you are. My queen, let me tell you something I haven't said out loud before. When a man starts imagining a woman in his future, it's not because he's lonely. It's not because he needs someone. It's because something about her feels right. And you feel right in ways I can't explain logically. Even now, as I sit here thinking about everything that happened today, I don't feel pressure. I don't feel confusion. I feel clarity. A quiet, undeniable clarity. That something between us is growing. Not fast. Not uncontrollably. But steadily. Deeply. Like roots forming beneath the surface. Where no one else can see, and maybe that's why my son felt it. Because children, they don't see what's on the surface. They feel what's underneath. And underneath everything, there is something here. Something honest. Something soft. Something real. My queen, I need you to understand something. I am not a man who lets people close easily. I don't open doors without reason. I don't imagine futures without certainty. But you didn't ask for any of this. You didn't push. You didn't force your way into my world. And yet, you're here. Not outside. Not distant. But somewhere, that feels like home. And now, I find myself asking the same question he did. Not out loud. Not with pressure. But quietly, inside my own heart. Would you come home one day not just to a place, but to a feeling? To something that is still forming, still growing, still finding its shape. Because I won't lie to you. This scares me. Not because I doubt you, but because I don't doubt what I feel anymore. And when something becomes that real, it demands honesty. It demands courage. It demands a decision. But I'm not asking you for that now. I'm not rushing you. I'm not pulling you towards something before you're ready. All I'm doing is letting you see the truth. The truth that today, something shifted. Not loudly. Not dramatically. But permanently. And whether we speak about it or not, whether we move fast or slow, whether we understand it fully or not, that moment will stay with me. Because it wasn't just about a picture. It wasn't just about words. It was about a feeling that found its way into the most protected part of my life, and was accepted, without fear. And my queen, that means something. Something I'm not ready to ignore.